Hi, welcome to Cousins Honestly Openly Discussing Everything Spicy.
Welcome to the show. Every time. I'm like,
no, and I was waiting for it. I was like, oh my God. Well, you were rehearsing.
At this point, it's part of our fucking intro.
You were rehearsing your little chirps.
My little birdie birds. How are you, babe?
I'm doing great. Trying not to melt in this heat.
It's hot. It's been hot since the morning. It was 89 at freaking 9 a.m., dude.
Dang.
Yeah?
Well, I'm looking at my temperature thing here in the house, and it's 79 in here. But that sucks.
Oh.
I bet.
It's 87 right now here. Well, because your area is closer
the beach.
to
Yeah,
beach,
we're 82 right now. We're 82.
The beach.
I was outside. I was washing my car. I went to go do laundry because I know that it's hot. No one's going to be doing that shit, and I'm going to be the only retard doing it. So I was like, oh, let me go do that. So
I went last night.
Oh, smart.
Because, you know what I've noticed? That Saturday afternoons, like 6, 7 p.m., everybody rather be fucking partying, watching the fight, watching the games or whatever. So there's no one at the laundromat. So I'm like,
And I went and I was going to go in the morning, but I was like, you know, because some people go to church. But then I told my mom, you know what? Every time I go in the morning, I realize that people don't go to church. Trifling asses. So I was like, let me be decent and I'm going to go to the laundromat. And I did. And it was nice because there was not that many people. So I got it done. And then I went to go wash my car.
Every time you say wash your car, I just think of Jessica Simpson fucking in her boots.
No.
In that video.
I was in my Jesus sandals, my Birkenstocks.
Dude, I call them Jesus sandals.
And I was,
you know how I don't have Birkenstocks, but I got the ones from Marshalls, and I got a black pair when I went to Guatemala, and I liked them so much that I ended up getting a brown pair. And then I went to TJ
but the brown
last
pair look
weekend.
like Jesus shoes, huh? I know. They do.
They do, and my friend, she's like, so you got them and you never took them off, huh? And I was like, you know what? They're a different color.
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like a damn disciple right there. Follow me.
Dude, but they're so comfortable. But you know what? My fucking feet, dude, they have the burn marks. I need to, like, even out my feet because now they have the lines from the sandals.
Oh, you got a tan, you mean?
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. You know, can't talk.
Illiterate.
Right.
No.
Yeah. We've established this.
No, so yeah, like I go to today I went to the coin wash. Usually I take it to the, like those little express washes where you just drive in and, you know what I mean? Like you go in the whole little experience while you're in the car and you see the car getting washed. But today I went to the coin one because I like to, really scrub it because those things sometimes don't even scrub your shit. And then like, I have all this bird crap. So I was like, let me just get down and dirty, and I did it. But there was a fucking Charlotte that came out of the damn little mirror, the side mirror. I was so pissed, and I was trying to kill it with the brush, and it wouldn't die. And then I like sprayed it with the power wash. So I was like, "Fuck you."
That's what I was gonna say. Power wash that bitch
for real. But yeah.
Oh, the damn Charlottes. Right now with the damn heat, girl, is fucking spiders, ants, moscas, zancudos, like everything. Like mosquitoes and flies. Translation for those of you who don't know Spanish. But yeah, I fucking hate it, dude. I hate it. I bought these patches that are like mosquito repellent patches. They don't work.
Oh, I'll have to send you something. It was like a little arts and crafts thing that you basically like, I don't know, you get like these pots and you glue them together, and I'll show you the video, but you put lemon slices and lime slices, and then, I don't know, you melt something on it. It's like a mosquito repellent. I'll send it to you, but yeah, it's like a DIY. I'm sorry. I was like, let me try to remember what it is. I'm like, I forgot already. But you put like coffee grounds in it, and it's a bunch of shit. Yeah. But it was easy. I was like, yeah.
Oh, really? I saw one similar that you boil 2 cups of water a cup of water and a tablespoon of baking soda and a tablespoon of cloves, and then you add that to like a spray bottle, and then you put bay leaves inside, and that's supposed to be like you spray it around your doors and and it doesn't let the wildlife come in, supposedly.
Well,
I don't know. I still have to try it.
listen to some of the stuff. I try it, and then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I tried some peppermint oil shit because supposedly the Charlottes don't like peppermint. I still see the damn Charlottes.
My mom says that cinnamon is good for the ants. They don't like cinnamon. So you can powder them with cinnamon and they go crazy.
Anyways, this heat, right? So back on track, this heat.
Back on track, yeah.
Did you have to go through any suffrage during the Microsoft whatever pandemic thing that happened?
Oh, girl. The blue
I don't even know. I'm calling it the Microsoft pandemic.
Yeah, I did actually. So apparently my work, everything is connected to that, and so basically all Friday morning I couldn't work. I got to work and I was over here panicking because there was so much traffic. So every day I've been leaving at the same time, and I get there in 15 minutes because I've been Ubering every day. I know. I
gave up on public transportation.
In the morning, yeah, girl, because I have to get there on time. When I come back home, it doesn't matter if I get lost. Oh, which I have a story for you. Oh, hold on. But so I couldn't work. I got there and it was 8:30 when I got there, and I was like, oh my god, I can't clock in because nothing worked. All the computer screens had that little blue screen that everybody in the world got, and everybody was just like, well, we're just sitting here. So I told my boss, I'm like, I'm gonna go make my coffee. I'm gonna get some tea. When I come back, hopefully it's fixed. No, girl. She's like, are you bored? Do you want a book? She gave me a book that she had in her desk to read. So that's what I was doing. And then I was listening to the Chisme Around, and they were saying how if it went up to 4 hours that it wasn't working, that they were gonna let us go. And then I was like, all right, but are they gonna pay us a day? What's going on? And I overheard them saying that basically they were gonna pay us whatever time we were there plus 2 hours, and the rest was use your PTO. And I was like, oh hell no!
First of all, you're gonna pay me right. I don't have Give PTO. Me my coins. The fuck you with my PTO.
I know, because it's not like I asked for it. I know, and thankfully though it started working around 11, 12. But yeah, the whole day was just kind of that was the news
everywhere, of the day, everywhere. And where I work, people couldn't clock in, people couldn't clock out. Our system where our cash goes into whatever, it wasn't working. But yeah, it was just chaos. And then, my friend who works for one of the airlines, she said that they had, delays. People were stuck in the airport. Some flights couldn't go out. It was a hot mess. A hot freaking mess.
Oh, girl, I know you're not on TikTok, but TikTok was just fucking going crazy. People were posting videos of how it was, at the Vegas airport. It was some girl she was going batshit on the attendants. It's it's not their fault. It was literally...
But it was no one's fault.
But, it was no one's fault working at places. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was someone's fault. We'll call them out. Look, the third party that works for Microsoft. Y'all know who you are. You fucked it up.
Yeah. I don't even know who they are. I know my friend told me the name, and I totally forgot. I don't care enough. But, dude, can you imagine? So, you know how now everything is a fucking QR code, right? Even when you go to the doctor, it's fill your fucking information with the QR code. Literally everyone, because hospitals, clinics... Oh,
yeah, some people couldn't get surgeries done.
So they couldn't get services done. The nurses could not access the patient's charts because why? We moved away from paper charts. Now everything is technology. So this is just a little taste of what's gonna happen with the world when fucking technology goes out the window. Imagine The Walking Dead, right? In the first few seasons where no one could connect with each other.
Bro, this is why I don't like computers. This is why I don't fucking like computers. This is why I still this is why I write my shit. This is why I still trust my coins being in my coins. I still fucking write checks. Fuck y'all. Talk shit about me, but I do not like technology.
Okay, but you still have money in the bank.
But not Bank of America.
You have checks, but the checks, the money is from.
I was like, oh, sorry, okay, but I heard y'all couldn't get your coins. And I was like. Well,
a lot of banks couldn't, Chase, Bank of America, Even some credit unions couldn't get their coins. That's what I'm saying. Like, the world is going in such a way that technology is taking over. Like AI, for example, I think we talked about this last time. Like, AI is scary as fuck. Like, I've seen some videos on TikTok of like Ed Hardy, you know, the guy that does Venom, talking about like motivational quotes, and people believe that it's him, and it's not. It's AI created videos, and people are like, "Oh my god, I never thought Ed Hardy was gonna make me like look at life this way." It's like, no, you stupid dumb bitch. Like, this is not real, you know? Like, it's really bad, dude. And if we go into the like area of paying everything with Bitcoin, or like or turning money into digital money, I don't trust any of that shit, especially not after this.
I hate computers. Anyways,
but yeah. I know. No, girl. And you know how I told you that I was last week, the last week I was in Tijuana? I left Friday morning and I came back Saturday night. And I was looking at some news article, or like, I can't remember where I saw it, that the line at the border this weekend, because of everything that happened, people obviously couldn't go through, because the way to check your paper, again, technology, like to check your passports or whatever, they were stuck in line for like over 8 hours, 10 hours. Can you imagine that shit would have been last weekend? I would have been stuck at the border once again. No, I'm just kidding. I've never been stuck at the border.
Maybe when you were 5. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
But no, when I came the first time with your dad,
I bet that's why I said, I was like, well, how old were you? 5, right? No, 8. Oh, okay.
9.
Close. Very close. Only 4 years. Very close.
Only 4 years. But yeah, but on that note, we got the results for our polls. So
you're doing your story in WeHo, and I'm gonna do my sugar daddy story. Feels like so long ago. It was long ago.
It was long ago.
So,
dude,
for those of you that don't know me, I used to wear glasses. I've been wearing glasses since I was in 2nd grade, so 7. I've been wearing glasses. My eyesight was very shitty, but that's not the reason why I got a sugar daddy. I got a sugar daddy because I had a coworker that she said that she was in the sugar daddy things, and you know, there's websites like Seeking Arrangements, and so I decided, okay, well, let me give it a shot. I was like, well, if she can do it, I can definitely do it. And so I was in my early 20s. That's so sad. Anyways, so I was like, let me give it a shot. I made an account. She told me, basically, she mentored me on how and what to put on my profile, because you don't want to come off like you need money, and you don't want to be like desperate for it. And, you know, you don't want to put all of you out there. So you want to show them the goods, but not all of the goods, but, you know, enough so that they want to be intrigued, things like that. I just had a picture with literally just like from my mouth down to my, I guess, chest. And then that was about it. And then I had, just showing the girls. And then other pictures just, you know, body, no face. But yeah, but no, not nudes, guys, not nudes. You can't put that out there, you know. You have to look classy too. But unfortunately, when I started doing it, it was, I think the trans were getting all the business. Like, more sugar daddies were interested in, trans besties, you know, like instead of like us women, you know, so yeah, how do I?
You're like, how do I make this politically correct? I'm illiterate,
you guys. So. Anyways, so I was doing all that, and then I had like 3 people that I was talking to on there, and one, he kind of seemed like interested, but like he looked like he was more sketched out about the whole thing, so I was like, never mind. Where the other one was more like, I feel like he's already done this before, and his pictures were just like his chest, so I couldn't even see how old he was really, because all you saw was his chest. And so I was like, okay, whatever. He said that we should meet in a public place. I'm laughing because this is where you come in, Maria. So I didn't want to be seen in my car because I didn't know who this person was. That's another thing. if you're going to do the sugar daddy thing, girls, you have to be safe. Always be safe. As much as it's embarrassing that you're doing all this, it's going to be more embarrassing when people don't know and then you're gone. So I had to let people know. I guess I had to let people know. So I let you know, right, Maria? And I let my other cousin know. And my other cousin was the one who dropped me off at this Starbucks that Maria was already at. I'm like laughing. It's funny the things you have to do, right? For my money, to get my coins. And this was before even, okay, whatever. So Maria was already there. So she knew we were going to meet up there. I already told her, like, you know, that my other cousin was going to drop me off. Just be on the lookout. So we get there. We have our little coffee and whatnot, and it's so awkward because I can see Maria. She's like on the booth facing out the window, and she's watching us, but she has her headphones in, and she's just like looking at us, acting like she's on her laptop and stuff. And we're just talking. He was just basically asking me like things about me, what I like, what I don't like. Have I done this before? He's told me that he's done this before. He was a teacher at a college, which to this day, I still don't know what college. And he said that, you know, because of that, he's trying to like lay low, you know. And that's why he said that he didn't put up a lot of pictures. That was just that picture, and that he wanted us to meet first and, you know, to just make sure that we're both very, you know, discreet. Yeah. So we talked about that. We talked about, he told me like what he was interested in and what he wanted out of this. So he said that for this one, it was just like to meet up and stuff. So then he was like, well, do you want to have dinner? We ended up eating at like a little restaurant that was right there too. So we walked out of the Starbucks.
Girl.
We walked out of yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck you were doing. I was panicking.
But we go in the car, basically, and Maria's, like, walking back and forth, and I think he caught on. He was like, do you know her? I'm like, I don't know her. But it's because you walked out of a liquor store that was there. And,
it's because, like, I was looking for cigarettes. Because I was like, oh, my God, what do I do? Like, how do I get there? And there was, like, I don't even think it was a liquor store. It was, like, a smoke shop. And so I went in there, and the guys were looking at me like this bitch. Because it was in the time where, like, everybody was with the, like, it was, the vapes were starting, but it was, like, the hookah vapes. And I was like, no, I don't want that. I just want cigarettes. They're like, oh, what? We don't have cigarettes. And I was like, okay, but I stayed there because I was trying to look at you guys because you guys were parked, like, almost in front of that. And I saw that he was looking at me like,
he was staring, like, because then you looked up, like, oh, shit, they're in there still. And, but yeah, we went to go eat. I can't remember if he gave me money for that. I think he did for just like for that little meat and stuff. But then after that, now that we got to know each other, he was like, well, yeah, I'm really interested in like seeing you again. And he was good looking. He was like Greek and Italian or some shit like that. And he was probably in his late 40s at that time. And he looked good. He honestly looked good. And yeah, right? You agree?
I concur, yeah.
I got lucky. I'm going to be honest. I got lucky. Anyway, so... we decided to set up another date and we met up, had dinner again. And yes, of course, eventually we ended up doing the thing, you know, and it's not as bad. It was really fun. He was really good. And it's okay. I don't know. This is really weird when you say it out loud. Like, I've talked about this story to a lot of people before, so I don't know why this is getting more intense, but I don't know. Yeah, so we like fucked. There you go. We fucked. It was good. I'm telling you, he looked really good. He was really good looking for his age. And not that age matters, but you know, he looked good as a person. He was really nice and stuff. And then what happens is basically like in our little meet first time date, I don't know what the fuck to call it. He basically told me how it's going to be done because it's kind of weird, you know, how do I pay you without this being weird, right? And so he just told me like, just bring a purse, or if you don't have a purse, like wear something with pockets, you'll just find it there. And it was funny because it's true. Like, I took the first time we hooked up, like I had a purse with me. And, when, everything's done, I get in the shower. When I come out of the shower and, it's time to say goodbye or whatever, I look at my purse and I already have the cash in there. And in cash. I got paid in cash. I know.
Very Carrie Bradshaw of you.
I know. Yeah, so I just got my money, and I think that after the first time, I take you, Grandma, and your mom to dinner.
No, after the first time, you came over to like where I was going to the gym, and we ended up going to eat, you and I, at Denny's.
Oh, very romantic. Yeah, so we went I know we went out to celebrate. Yeah. I know, me and you. But yeah, so I got my money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had our little dinner. And then the second time, I think that's when I took you and Grandma out. No. Yeah, so
yeah, I think so.
I mean, I shared my blessings. But yeah, like, and then it ended up happening like 3 more times after that, and then that's when it ended. But with some of that money, I used it to pay my LASIK. That's why I prefaced that I used to wear glasses. Because after that whole thing, we had an incident where I lost my glasses, and I was just over fucking replacing my glasses. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get the LASIK. And I got the LASIK. And, thanks to the sugar daddy, I was able to do that. So, yeah, that's my story with the sugar daddy. And it ended because he wanted me to do some other side business, and I was not interested in that side business. So he was trying to pimp me out.
You're trying to pimp
so
you out,
like,
girl.
No, I'm not interested. But yeah, it was going to be something more intense. Yeah. And I was like, no.
No, gracias. Muy amable.
No, thank you. But yeah, it's my story.
See, this is the thing with us. I think, like, we've been stupid, but also safe because we haven't gone, like, over the ledge. You know what I mean? Like we've been kind of, like, right there, like, should I not? And then we're like, no, because we're
and everything's safe. Like, I think me and you have always been cautious, like, with anything extra. And, like, with him, too, he was like, have you been tested? And I'm like, have you been tested? Things like that. He was very safe about it, too. He wasn't married. I was like, man, it could have worked. But he was trying to pick me out, so I was like, no.
Yeah, that's what fucked them up, yeah. Because I remember you said it was good, but it sucks because, but at least you got
some food my eyes fixed.
And your surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got lucky because remember mine was less than desirable.
Yeah, no. I was, and you and I, we were discussing about it. We're like, how, like, you never know the luck of the draw, right? Like, we could have both gotten something bad, but I was like, well, I got lucky. You're like, I still did.
I'm like,
but
yeah.
No, that was the only one. I only had one sugar daddy, guys. So, but it was short-lived. Honestly, like 2 months.
I know.
That was it.
Yeah, that was like way longer than me, for sure. I don't think that I tried again. I think I was just like, this is not for me. Because I just don't know how to pretend, So my face gives me away all the time.
Honestly, I just really put it that I was really lucky because I could have gotten someone that not even interested in, like, didn't carry a conversation, that could have been, like, rude and disrespectful. And yeah, but he was really cautious, I think, for his sake too. So I'm like, it worked out. I don't even remember his name because on my phone I only had him as SD. SD. That's all I had him as, SD.
Yeah. Well, that's all you need to know, really.
Exactly.
That's why I didn't need to remember them. All right. Well, on that note, my story is a little more wild, as per usual. So I cannot remember what year this was.
If you're looking for me to remember, I was like, girl, I was drunk as fuck that day. So
no. Oh. That day, the next day, the day before.
Was that the New Year's?
That was the year. That was the year that you and I were not supposed to spend New Year's together, and somehow destiny just made it happen. But was that the New Year's that we were at someone's house? No. Okay. No.
Was it the year before?
No. That's the. I think so. Yeah. That's a separate story in itself.
Yeah.
You're talking about. No. But yeah. Sorry, guys. Anyway. Okay, so I'm just gonna, like you said, preface this by saying that there was this guy that I met in Guatemala. And so he moved here, And for some reason, when he was trying to conquer me, I was not interested in him. But then when I found out that he had a girlfriend, I was like, he was the love of my life because, your cousin gets obsessed. And I guess, I don't know what happened. I, honest to God, don't remember what happened that made me think of him on New Year's. But I think I ended up calling him. I can't remember. We were at Trunks in WeHo with the gays. And we did like the
brunch,
the mimosas,
the brunch at Trunks.
For
no,
New Year's.
It was at the little Western place where the little Cowboys.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Trunks. It was the Cowboys. Yeah, you're right. So, well, la cosa es que we did the brunch in WeHo, and at this point it's already like 5 or 6 p.m., something like that, and I decided to call this guy. Let's just call him A16, okay, and. I don't know if I had a dream with him. I can't remember what it was, but it was something that made me want to talk to him. And I called them, and I guess he was with his girlfriend at the time, and he didn't give me the time of day. And so I got mad, and I was like, you know what, I need a fucking cigarette, because that's my thing always, right? Like, smoking. So,
very Carrie Bradshaw,
whatever, you guys. Yeah. Apparently, this is the episode of Sex and the City. So I went outside because at this point we were already at Trunks. That's why I remember Trunks. So we were at Trunks, and so I went to the corner of Trunks, and when I tried calling him, he didn't answer, or he like hung up on me or something. And then our friend like went to look for me, and I was like, I need a cigarette, and I didn't have a lighter. And so this guy walked by, and I was like, hey, do you have a lighter? And he gave me a lighter. And so I remember saying, like, you want to fucking ignore me? Watch how I get over you. And I don't know how the fuck it happened, but I just started making out with this guy. So in a sea of gay men, I found this one guy.
Well, I don't know. I still don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know.
Well. We still don't know. But, so this is happening. And then our friend is like, what the fuck? He's recording us because, of course, he always wants to have receipts.
Incriminating receipts.
And one thing, So one thing ended up leading to another. And I don't know how we ended up jumping the fence or, like, going inside this, like, residential area. It was, like, an apartment complex. And our friend was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't know. But he was right behind me because he was taking care of me, quote unquote. And I guess this guy was cute or whatever. And so long story short, we ended up fucking in the, is it a gazebo? No, what is it called? The little like tent outside gazebo. The pools. Yeah. So it wasn't closed or anything, but somehow we felt like we were sheltered there. I can't remember. Because honestly, I have bits and pieces of this story. But, yeah, like, the memorable part is that we ended up jumping the fence. We ended up fucking in the gazebo or whatever. And it was good. I remember that the sex was good. And then, because our gay friend was there, he was like, looking at the guy. And so I was like, come on, let him suck his dick.
Oh, my.
Hold on, I cannot. Girl, this guy was like, no, and I was like, come on, babe, like, it's not gay if I'm here, like, he's just like,
you wanted to share the love. So
this is, I know, I was just feeling, in a shareable mood, and so, this is why we say we don't know if this guy was straight or not, because,
well, you made him curious.
Let our friend, who is gay,
you allowed him to be curious.
I don't know that that's a good thing, babe. But, yeah, I felt him, I let him feel safe in his curiosity. But, yeah, he ended up sucking his dick. And so our friend said that was the closest he ever had gotten to a vagina, which was mine. Because this is after he had already... I love how you couldn't even say we fucked.
I know, like, oh... I'm like, what? Excuse me? Pardon me? Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know, like, I think we kept fucking after that, and I think the guy left, and then our friend was trying to get me to go back into the bar, but there was a pool, girl, and so I wanted to get in the pool because, what do we say?
When we're drunk, we gravitate to the water. I don't know why. Like we're mermaids or something, but we're not.
I don't know. Fucking mermaids over here. But yeah. So our friend was like, "Oh my God."
He was trying to pimp you out, right? He was trying to set you back to the bar so that you can get someone else.
I don't remember that. I just remember that he was annoyed because I was drunk and I didn't want to like get out of the pool and I wanted to get naked and get in the pool. But again, we were in this private fucking complex and he's like, "We gotta get out of here."
It's because first of all, you guys had to jump a fence to get in there, and then now you guys have to get out. Wow.
Yeah. And so that was WeHo. That was my New Year's WeHo story. That was like a really short-lived story, but it's a memorable one in the books because for obvious reasons. And then I don't know, we went back to Trunks, and I guess we told you guys what happened, and you were like, "Bitch." But see, that's what happens when you go outside and smoke. You never know what's gonna happen.
I was like worried. We were worried because we're like, we lost them. And they come back and they're like, "Oh, we had a sexcapade. No biggie." I was like, "Well, Happy New Year's, y'all."
I know. I used to have that video. I'm pretty sure that he still has it saved on his phone.
Of course,
somewhere.
Those incriminating receipts. They keep those for life. I received one of the 4th of July's at the beach, and I'm like,
No,
another one. This was probably like the first one I went to. You weren't even there. You didn't go to the first time. Yeah. So that's all I was like, oh no. I was like, I remember that. That was my impression that I left on the divas, and forever I was theirs.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, those WeHo days, girls, I used to go crazy. They were fun times. But we never got to experience anything like that again, even in Vegas. I thought it was going to happen in Vegas, and it didn't.
No. I was like, no.
But you went to experience something else, but not us. We were chilling.
This is true.
But yeah, that is my WeHo story, you didn't have more in it, but I think what it does have
is spice. I'm all the spice.
It's a lot. Oh man, those were the days. But see, again, we were young, we were crazy, like we did things that sometimes we were not proud of. This is not one of those times, though. I was pretty happy about that.
Well, I mean, mine just, it was a career path that didn't work out. A career path that didn't work out.
Career path. Do you think we could I'm sorry, she's choking on her own saliva. Do you think we could potentially get sugar daddies right now if we wanted to?
Honestly, no. I'm telling you, when I was in it was already like that bad because I mean, my friend that was in it, she said that she was losing all her people because they were starting to get curious and they wanted to see like what it would be like to be, with a woman that had male parts. So.
Dude, honestly, like, after talking to my ex-best friend for, like, a while, the things that he would tell me about guys who had girlfriends, but they were like, "Oh, I'm not gay, I'm just curious," but they were, like, regulars that, like, hookups. It's like, I don't know that any man is 100% straight. Especially when they shit on gay people a lot. I'm like, what is your need to talk shit about them all the time,
I don't know. I think we all get like a little curious, and then like as soon as we like feel like it goes against whatever we want to believe or whatever, we just start freaking out. I don't know, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. I have a friend who gets super gay when she's drunk, but then she would never like actually go through with it being sober.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like everybody goes through a little curious phase. I thought you were gonna go through one right now, but you said.
Girl, well,
yeah, you should.
Should I talk about it?
I had to call. I was like, "Hey, are you okay? Is there something you need to tell me? Like, do you have a girlfriend now or what?"
Bitch, that video oh my god. I
swear.
So it stirred the pot every which way possible, man. Like people came out of their slumber for that. So I went to a Dodgers game with a girl who I had met like years ago, but we just never hung out, like it was I don't know, like, we just never hung out. And so finally, I wanted to go to the Dodger game. She was down. I was like, okay, let's go. And I don't know, we were talking, and I had my arm around her, or, yeah, like, I think I had my arm around her, but not because, like, in a gay way or anything. Like, that's just how I sit. You know, when I feel uncomfortable because I can't keep my arms to myself, I put my arm around whoever the fuck is sitting next to me. Like, I think I was doing it to you at the concert, remember? So I put my arm around her, and I don't know what she said, and I was like, you know what's funny? Like, people think that lesbians hit up on me a lot, but I was like, but they don't, you know, like, people think that I look masculine, fucking, I don't know why, and, like, but lesbians don't hit on me. And she's like, but, like, are you, like, a little curious, or, like, what? And I was like, yeah, you could say, like, I'm a little bisexual. And she's like, oh, really? And she's like, so if I kiss you right now, like, you'd be cool with it? And I was like, so I guess, but I was like, are you bi? And she's like, I like what I like. And I was like, okay, so I guess
I like how you're like
right?
questioning it.
So then she just yeah, so then she just fucking kissed me out of nowhere, dude. And I was like, oh, okay. But
that wasn't in the video. That wasn't in the video. In the video, it was like very innocent. It was just like her giving you a kiss on the cheek or something like that. But either way, I was like,
yeah, because
I know my cousin.
Because I was recording the
I was
part.
like, curious,
bitch. Because I was recording the part where it's like, I root for the Dodgers. Like, that's the part everybody fucking posts. So I was recording that, and then I just turned the camera around, and she just gave me a big old kiss on the cheek. And I just smiled, like, ha ha ha. I posted it, fucking left it at that. My best friend, the next day, she sends me the screenshot. She's like, what the fuck, Maria? Like, what is this? And I'm like, what the hell? My other girlfriend is like, hey, girl, like, we need to hang out. And I'm like, okay. But, like, it's, like, right after everybody saw the video, like, they started messaging me, calling me, and they were like, is there anything you need to tell us? Like,
I was with my mans. I was with my mans, and I think I couldn't wait to just get out so I can hit you up. And I think you called me, or I don't know what happened, and I was like, I have a question. Do you have something to tell me? Like, are you going the other way?
Yeah, I know. And then, like, this girl, she just kept on kissing me. But you know how we're saying, like, everybody's a little curious, right? Like, I know that given the chance, I think I would. But in that scenario, we were, like, not in the middle of the stadium, but we were in the middle of people, and there were kids next to us. And I don't know, girl, like, I just felt some type of way because I was like, like, I don't know that I feel comfortable, like, publicly doing this. I think, like, if we were, like, I don't know, at a bar where it was dark, or, like, at her house or whatever, I would have gone for it. But, like, being in such a public setting, I don't know, I kind of, like, it wasn't what I would have thought a lesbian experience to be, if that makes sense.
No, it's because, I mean, some people, like, it doesn't matter your sexuality. Some people don't like public display of affection. You like public display of affection when you're with a male. But, yeah.
Which is why it kind of threw me off, right? Because I'm like, okay, so this is how I know that I'm not gay, But, yeah, that was my little lesbic moment as of recent. So, what, 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? Yeah, but I like how everybody, even the guys, dude, like, the guys that I used to date, or, like, that nothing ever happened, they were like, hey, so, like, are you dating anyone? And it was that thing of, like, everyone wanted to know what the fuck it was without asking what it was.
They were trying to address the elephant in the room.
Well,
and you're like, nah, suckers, you guys got tricked by my video.
I like how everybody's so fucking pendiente of my life, though. Like, damn. I thought y'all were ignoring me.
I know. I haven't talked to you in like a week, and I was like, hey, what happened? I was like, I missed out on something. I was like, hey, I missed the last episode. Exactly what happened? What happened? I was like, I just saw a quick story. Oh, man. Yeah, that's how I hit you up.
Dude, I told my best friend, too, because, like, I hadn't seen her in, like, a couple of weeks. And, like, the next day, she went to pick me up to work. And she's like, so, Marita, like, are you going to tell me? And I was like, what do you want me to say? And she's like, well...
Speak your truth.
What is this, And I was like, well... No, and I was like, well, if I would have known that hanging out with another girl was going to bring all my girls back, shit, I would have done that since the longest. I was like, but look at now, all my bitches are back, or some shit like that. And she's like, are you calling me one of your bitches?
You're like, man, if I would have known that kissing a girl would have been like a big thing and it would have brought guys back, it's just like, I would have done it a long time ago.
I know. I guess it wasn't in the cards just yet. But now I know.
Mm-hmm.
An easy way to get attention. I know. But yeah, babe. In other news, the other day, you know how at the beginning of the episode I said I have a story to tell you? The other day I was sitting at the bus stop after work, and because I can't kick out my bad habits, I was smoking. And so this guy passes by and he sees me and he's like, damn, I would have never guessed that you smoke. And I was like, oh? And then he's like, yeah, you just look so normal. And I was like, thanks, so do you. Like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, no, I smoke too. And I was like, okay. So then he kept walking, and then he turns right back around, and he's like, hey, I'm Brandon, by the way. And I was like, nice to meet you, dude. I'm Maria. And then he's like, hey, can I borrow your phone? Like, I need to make a quick phone call. Da, 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 da. And I was like, sure. But you know how I always have my headphones? I just gave him my headphones. I was like, if he's going to run away with anything, it's not going to be my phone. So he made me call his dad, and I used like one of my fake numbers. And he's like, Dad, I got your paperwork, but like I'm gonna take it to you so you can shred it because they kicked me out of the program, and I don't want to have it because I don't want you to think that I'm using it for something wrong. And I'm listening to this like, who the fuck is this guy? You know? And I'm just trying not to like do any sudden movements. I'm just like, I'm just gonna finish my cigarette, you know, whatever. And then he's like, oh, thank you so much, right? Like you're nice, you're cool peeps, and I don't know what. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And then he starts talking to me, dude, and he's like, you know, like, I'm homeless right now, and like, I just want to have my queen next to me, like, I want to do better. And I was like, why do you need a girl next to you to be better? Why can't you just do it on your own, you know? And he's like, nah, because like, I need someone to motivate me, but like, right now, I'm sleeping on the streets, and da-da-da. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he's like, but if you want to be my queen. And at this point, I think I started recording already. Like, I'll post it so you guys can...
I was like, the story times continue.
I know, like, I'll post it so you can hear it. But, like, there's a lot of cars passing by. That's why I haven't posted, but I wanted to talk about it. And so... he was like, nah, but it's because, like, right now, like, my baby mama has a restraining order against me, man, and my mom has a restraining order against me. But he's, like, trying to flirt with me this whole time, right? And then he says that, and I was like, why do they have a restraining order against you? He's like, yeah, because I had, like, domestic violence shit and stuff. And I was like, sir.
The market is not great. I'm telling you.
It is not. So, I was just like, oh, okay. And then, like, he's just like, all right, well, you know what, like, if you ever drive by, just, like, pick me up, like, we'll go wash your car or something. And I was like, yeah, when I have a car. And he's like, yeah, we'll go to the car wash. And I was like, why do you assume that my car is going to be dirty?
Oh, first of all,
Like,
you don't even have a car. You're like, now you're assuming that it's going to be dirty. Thanks.
I know. But it was such a fucking weird interaction, dude. And he's like, well, I got your number, right? I'll hit you up. And I'm like, no, your dad has my number. And it's not even the real one. But I was like, yeah, dude, okay. And then he walked away and he kept screaming some stuff back at me. But I didn't even turn to look at him anymore because I was like, no, dude. Like,
that's
why?
crazy.
I'm telling you, public transportation.
The other day I was at the gas station. I was putting gas in my car, and I was going to go in to pay, and they were closed. I don't know what happened. But some lady was next to me when I turned, and I was like, oh, shit. And she was like, hi, like, do you think you can spare some gas? I need gas in my car. I just got hit. Just a bunch of story, right? And I see a guy in her car, and I'm like, oh, fuck, like, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm like the only person at the gas station. I'm like, and of course, you know, they came to me because I'm the only person, and I'm like, oh my God. And then the thing is closed, so no one's watching. And yeah, so I was just like, oh, well, I don't have money. And she's like, well, I'm not asking you for money. And she was like, I just need you to put some gas. She's like, you can spare some gas. But, you know, not judging, I was like, they look like they were living in their car and stuff. And I was like, ugh. I don't know why, but I was like, yeah, I guess just move your car over here. Because I was like, I'm going to pump it because I'm not going to let them fill it up, you know, or whatever. And I'm just going to give them like $5, you know. So I just put gas in their car. And then the guy started crying in the car. And then the girl started crying. And then I was like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, you were actually the one person that did it. She's like, what's your name? And I gave her my my middle name. I didn't give my name. And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I'm going to be praying for you. And I was like, okay. And I was like, the whole time, your cousins, like in another world, they could have like easily just, if they were bad people, just attacked me or whatever. But yeah. And I had, right. Because then my car, at this point, my car was on the other side. And I was like, oh shit. Too trusting. And I had my phone in the car because why do I need it? And I was like, oh shit. And usually I have like something, but I'm like, oh no. You know what? It was like a good interaction. It wasn't like a crazy interaction, but I was like, dang.
Yeah. But whenever you watch, like scary movies or like crime documentaries and they're like, oh yeah, like my phone was in the other room. I will fucking never.
Your phone is always in your titties.
In this life will leave my phone anywhere. Like my phone is either in my titties. I literally take a shower and put it in the corner of the shower. Like I do not take a shower without my phone because I don't know, somebody could break into my house, take my phone, I could call nobody, like I'm paranoid as fuck. But I think like that paranoia has saved me because I had a story like that when I used to go to ELAC, to college. One time I got out of class and it was like 10 p.m. and I was like, okay, well, the bus is going to pass. I'm not going to spend money on Uber. So I was waiting at the bus stop and this fucking lady came at me with the same fucking story that you just said. Like, oh, I just got hit and like I was on my way to the hospital, but like I don't have gas and I don't have my wallet. And she was like grabbing onto me. And there was like 4 guys at this bus stop and none of them did a thing, girl. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? Because she was like pushing me to go over to her car to see that she didn't have gas. And I was like, no, you know what? It's fine. And so my instinct, like I had heard in a crime podcast, like if that ever happens to you, move to a place where there's cameras. So I was like, I'm going to go in there to like the AM PM. It was an AM PM. And so I was like for the cashier to see me or something. And so the guy saw and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, just can you put like $10 in like this person's car? And he was like, yeah. And so, girl, when I like moved from where I was standing waiting for the bus, I saw that there was this big old fucking dudes inside her car. And so I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not getting anywhere near that. And so when I went inside and I told the guy to put gas, he was like, are you okay? And I was like, can you just like watch me? Like just pay attention that nothing's happening to me? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I don't know why my stupid ass, I walked out with her and she like kept pulling me towards her car and I just kind of stopped in the middle of the gas station. I was like, okay, well, like I hope you guys make it to wherever you're going. So at this point, a guy gets out of the car and he's like, hey, do you want to go to, what is it? The Hat. It was the Hat that was across the street. And I was like, how are they inviting me to the Hat if they didn't have money for gas? And so I was like, no, thank you, I'm good. I was like, I'm actually going to go back inside to buy something. And so I went back inside and I didn't know what to do. So I ended up getting an Uber. So I didn't want to spend. I ended up spending on her because she also got a Monster and a Coke. And the $10 of gas. And I had to get an Uber home. And so when the Uber picked me up, I could see that they were out, like, on the other side of the street. And they were just, like, staring at me, dude. And I told the Uber driver, I was like, whatever you do, don't drive directly to my house. Try to lose that car if they follow us. And he asked me what was happening.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, oh, yeah,
no, that is... Well, mine was in broad daylight. But I'm like, either way, I was like, what the hell? But, yeah. And I okay, like, you do a good deed, but at the same time, you're like, maybe I should have been more precautious. But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
I know, right? Several stories.
7 stories.
But next week, yeah.
But
next week,
what are we talking about
we're talking about, I forgot already. Mariah. Oh, yeah. Things to do, places to do. Yeah, places to go for the summer, y'all. We're going to give you guys our little, what do you call it? Yelp review on some places.
Recommendations. You in your area, me in my area, because we don't know where the fuck y'all be listening from. So,
all right, y'all. That was it. I'm sorry we took too long on this one, but have a good day.
Or night. Bye.
Bye.